If you're not sure how to get started giving feedback on a resume, these are some suggestions. Make sure you read the resume evaluation process, which we'll review here, and the resume itself, and the job description. This is what we're going to do. So we begin by examining the position description. This is a Crimson and Clover Farm. They're looking for a farmers market coordinator and field crew member. This is one job, not two separate jobs, and so that's a little confusing in this description. They're asking you to read the position description, send them a resume. A resume is not a CV. A CV or curriculum vitae, which you may be familiar with, is a complete description of everything you've ever done from an academic perspective. A resume is shorter, 1 or 2 pages. One for most of you, two, 1.5 or 2 if you've got a lot of experience. Letter of interest, which is the cover letter we'll work on next week, and they want 2 related references. They're telling you to send this over to their email, and they'll give you a form to an interview if they're interested in you. So in the position description, we'll look for keywords. They want you to assist, so it's not a leadership position, but you're helping out, and you're probably an important person because any farmers market coordinator is going to be a leadership role. Set up and manage the farmers market, probably by yourself. They want you to be friendly and helpful, really key if you're running a farmers market. They want you to be responsible because you need to manage money. Coordinate the packing, and so there's a coordination role, so there's a leadership component. Maintain a beautiful, well-stocked market. It's got to look good, and coordinate with the assistant farm manager around the harvest needs, so you know what's available. I would use some of their words in there. Use the words that you've had experience coordinating. You understand what a beautiful, well-stocked market looks like, and I'd look for the things that they're saying between the lines. Not so subtle. This one, they want someone who loves customer service, and so you want to be the friendly, outgoing person that you can be. You want to love the vegetables. You want to be really proud of the work you've done. The market is fast paced, and so you've got to indicate that you can keep up with the fast pace. You can think on your feet. These are important key words that you're going to try to weave into the cover letter and the resume we're going to create. And then if I was applying for this job, I'd sure want to go look at their webpage. I'd want to read all about what they do, how they manage their farm shares, maybe some information on employment, look at their past venues. See if you notice, if you recognize anybody here, if you know somebody over there, drop their name in the cover letter. Anything you can do to make a personal connection with the folks over at Crimson and Clover is going to help you. Not perhaps in the resume itself, but in the cover letter to be sure. Now that you know something about the position, we go back and look at the draft resume itself, in this case, the fake resume, and look at it first for overall visual appeal. Is there anything there that's particularly attractive? Anything that you don't like? Font size is important. It needs to be big enough for us old guys to read who are wearing glasses, perhaps, but may need a little help. Small font to pack a lot more information on there is not going to help you. Look at the headings. Are they consistent? Do the bullet points line up? Do you give plenty of margin space? The margin is not less than 3/4 of an inch. We're sometimes tend to try to pack a lot onto a page. It'll not serve you well. You want to make sure there's a lot of white space, at least 20% white space, which is not using Word, and so there's plenty of space there to make it easier to read. Organization and layout. There's templates available on Word and Microsoft Word and Pages and stuff. They're recognizable, and if you're using a template, it says that maybe you're not as creative as I'd like you to be. So try to create a layout that's interesting. If you're not good at that, ask for help. We put the most relevant points first at the top because the person may not get to read to the bottom of the page. And use bullet forms, not complete sentences. We don't have a period at the end of the sentence in a resume. Bullet points are things that can stand out. Headings should stand out. Use bold or caps to draw the eye to the things that you want people to read. And then we examine the detail. Make sure the name and address is current. Use a professional email address. Make sure your phone is there. If you have a web page or a LinkedIn account, put it on there. Next thing you do is you start listing the things that you want them to see. If you have a lot of good experience, put the experience first. If you don't have a lot of experience, put the education first. With education, name of the school, when you expect to graduate, major and minor, GPA if it's over 3.0. If it's not over 3.0, 3.0, don't list it. I would list relevant courses to that particular job description. Any awards, honors, special programs, study abroad, these kind of things. In your experience section, um, give them the role, the thing that you were good at, the thing that you did, not necessarily your title, but the things that you did. You did. Um, Action verbs are really important. List accomplishments, not tasks. These are things I accomplished. And anytime you can use numbers or specifics, I supervised 12 students. I managed a budget of whatever. Anything that you can put some numerical figures on there, it's always impressive. Always, check it for accuracy and dates. If your spelling is off, it's going to say something to the reader that maybe you don't care that much, you're not paying attention. These kind of details will count. So here's a look at the fake resume. We're going to all be trying to evaluate and giving peer feedback on. I'll give you a hint. Beers R Us is really inappropriate email for a professional resume. We're going to practice on this one and share our ideas using the guidelines provided and have fun.